It's going to be a real buzz, and that is early February. I'm
February
remembering
the
from our
ninth.
text.
Yeah.
February the 9th. I'm
Yeah.
glad you got the
And
date.
tickets are on sale on We Got Tickets now.
Boom.
Get Radio Breakfast with Rich Smith.
We are catching up with Deadly from the Melting Pot. Morning, Deadly.
Good morning, Rich. How are you?
I'm well. I'm all good. We've got a lot to get through in our conversation,
have.
and I'm going to do it in timeline order, if that's okay, which is something rare. So let's deal with the thing that's happening tonight from 9:00. Tell us all about tonight's show.
Well, tonight's show, we've got a very special guest, someone you've had on the breakfast show before, Dolly Mavis. And she's had a fantastic year playing Glastonbury and various other festivals, and released her debut album just at the end of last year, which was absolutely stunning. And it's so good to finally get Dolly on the show. We've got some fantastic new music from Oxford. We've got Cholly, Eyes, Means of Production, bubblegum pop from Dreamphone, and some pure pop classics from Tilly Valentine. But also, just to vary things out and show just how diverse the Oxford music scene is, we've got some proper rock through Rats Eat Rats and their new EP, which is just absolutely fantastic.
It's there's so much going on. There's loads going on. I mean, Dolly. I mean, wow. I think we're all kind of sat here, kind of going, yeah, it's going to be big. It's going to be great. It's going to be amazing for her. It's going to be absolutely wonderful. Producing great music, and this summer was a big summer for her as well. Like you mentioned, being at sort of Glastonbury and doing lots of pretty cool festivals. But the diversity yet again of the Oxfordshire music scene. You know, from pop to rock, and you know, we had metal on and great indie stuff being produced, great electronica in there as well. It's ticking every single box, and all of it is superb.
I know we sound like a broken record. We say it every week.
We always do. We always do, don't
but
we?
it is true. It is true. But going back to Dolly, I mean, she's put the long hours in. She's worked so hard to get to where she is, and it's just testimony to how hard she's worked, and she's now getting the rewards for that. And I mean, if anybody's listening and thinking, how do I get to that level? It's basically pure hard work. It's not easy. You have to work hard at it. And if you do put in the hours, you will get the rewards.
And that's
Dolly is proof in case.
Yeah, and she really is in that case. And by that sort of hard work, you know, there's the talent aspect. Of course there is. And there's in being able to sing, play the guitar, use electronics, whatever it is. You can master things and you can practice, but it's also getting yourself out there. It is chatting to you know, it's chatting to people like myself on breakfast. It's chatting to you guys. It's being buzzed up by local radio. It's being buzzed up by the people that want to play your songs. It's also going to you know, and we always say this, and Dolly's probably not at the situation now, but there would have been a time where there would have been one man and his dog at a show. And you still put in the graft, you still put in the performance, you still are great. And a thing that I always got told when I was DJing, and believe you me, I have DJed to one man and his dog more times than I care to remember. But it's always going, that's their night. You want to make sure that even if it is that one person, that they want to go away and go, that was the best night. What a great DJ. I love that. Or that was brilliant. She is an amazing singer. And that's putting in that hard work, isn't it?
Absolutely, and I totally agree with you. I mean, I've been in bands where we played to one man and his dog, and my attitude and the band's attitude was, we'll put in the best show ever, because that person will go back thinking, wow, what a show. He'll tell his mate, or she will tell their mates, and hopefully you'll get more people come to the next show, which thankfully did happen quite a lot.
yeah, fortunately. Brilliant stuff. Well, always looking forward to Melting Pot on tonight. I love it when you boys are on chatting to great people in Oxfordshire, and what a great interview with Dolly tonight. I'm looking forward to that immensely. Let's timeline order. Let's move it on to December now, before we move on to February. Let's move on to December. You boys, every year that we've had you on, you've done your top 20. You've done the songs that people have loved throughout the year, and have been voted for by the people that listen to the Melting Pot, which that makes it a little bit extra special, doesn't it? Because it's you know, the family and community that kind of listen and kind of go, actually, this song deserves recognition. I really like that song. This is something I've played, I've seen live. That is a great song, and when it's voted for by the public, as it were, there's that added feeling of a reward, I guess, for the artist, and also compiling the list and making the list and what have you. That must be pretty cool as well to kind of go, that's what people are loving, that's what people are liking. They've got taste. They've put that up there.
Absolutely. I think one great thing about it is it also for the artist's point of view, their peers are also voting on it as well. So it's not just the public; it's their fellow musicians, and so to be held in that high esteem from everybody, I think is quite a reward.
Yeah, it really is, and we're looking forward to that. And that's what takes place. It's sort of across December. You kind of build it up.
Voting starts around November time, beginning November, and we sort of close the votes off by mid-November to give us time to compile the chart. Nice. Just basically, people have to vote, send in their top 3 tracks from Oxford or artists from Oxfordshire, and then it then gets weighted accordingly, 1, 2, 3, and then
the old point system. Yeah, no,
indeed, okay. Yes, it's all very Eurovision.
It's very Eurovision. Okay, I'm gonna put you on the spot. I'm not gonna say putting 1, 2, 3. I'm just gonna say to you one song from this year. Is that easy or is that hard? Have I put too much?
That's very difficult. That is very, very difficult because there are so many great songs out there this year.
Get off the fence, Deadly. Get off the fence. But say one song.
If I was going to have to be forced to say one song in particular, I'd probably say the Cockroaches, Heroes and Gods. For me, I think that one is an absolute banger.
Great. I'm glad you got off that fence. I didn't think I'd be able to push you off, but I did. Brilliant. I'm happy with that. Lastly, in our timeline order of conversation, which is going actually rather smoothly, worryingly enough, we move on to February. We move on to a big birthday, and we move on to a big gig.
We do, yes. Well, it's actually, there's 2 things going on sort of February, March time. Is someone's 50th birthday, who I won't mention.
It's Deadly's.
Yeah. So in early March, it'll also be the show's 100th show. So it's a sort of double celebration. Really.
You're kidding me? Is that when it falls? I'm so naive. I know, because obviously show 91 is happening right now, and I just kind of go, oh yeah, show 91. Yeah, we'll nearly be there at 100, and kind of just processing it. I didn't realize that's when it falls. That's ridiculous.
Absolutely, yeah. But yeah, so it's a kind of double celebration, really. I mean, it's a bit early for the 100th show, but obviously my 50th is worthy of being commiserated. And I'm sure Rich will appreciate celebrating or commiserating that, having me round that millstone around his shoulders for God knows how many years.
Big time he will. I'm sure he will. So what we got on? Where we having it? Where we going? What's happening? Tell us.
Well, obviously we had such a good time at the Jericho Tavern last time that we've decided to book that again, and we've got the wonderful John Otway, who I've worked with as his roadie for 16 years, 17 years now.
Wow, Christ.
Yeah, and obviously I mentioned just a few minutes ago the Cockroaches in support. I mean, they're just fantastic live bands, and really expect big things from them next year with their new album coming out as well.
Brilliant. It's going to be a real buzz, and that is early February. I'm
February the 9th. Yeah,
February the 9th. I'm glad you got the
date.
And
tickets are on sale on We Got Tickets now.
Boom! He's done the bit that I was going to do. Deadly, nice to catch up with you, mate. We've dealt with everything. We've ticked every box, which is absolutely brilliant and wonderful. Looking forward to
There's only one thing we haven't dealt with.
Yeah, there is one thing. Go on. The floor is yours.
But I'm sure Trev will probably disagree with me on this one, but as it comes to broadcasters called Rich, I've clearly been drawn the short straw. Now, if Trev ever wants to get in touch with me and swap, he knows where I am. Just drop us a line, Trev.
Right. Okay. That's the worst thing about that is he'll do that in a heartbeat. I don't. So that careful what you wish for. By the way, careful what you wish for. Nice one.
Who gets stuck with the other Rich though?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. The horses for courses. I guess. Nice one, Deadly. Great to catch up, mate. Looking forward to tonight's show. Cheers to that.
Cheers, mate.
Top stuff. Deadly, of course, from the Melting Pot. Make sure you're listening tonight from 9, always a cracking show. If you love your local music here in Oxfordshire, the boys do a marvellous job of telling you all about it. Some incredible, talented musicians from every genre that you can possibly imagine. All right? Well worth a listen. 9 o'clock tonight. You catch up on all the previous shows on Mixcloud.